Hei og hjertelig velkommen til åpning av Microworld Kristiansand her på Sørlandets Kunstmuseum. Sammen med meg I dag så har jeg Torill Haugen, hun kurator for digitale utstillinger, og vi står I det som blir omtalt som et digitalt økosystem. Vi skal si litt mer om det etter hvert, men først, Torill, kan du si litt om bakgrunnen for denne utstillingen? For det jo et samarbeidsprosjekt med det vi kaller Lumen Arts Project.
Ja, gjerne det. Utstillingen jo, som du sier, utarbeidet I samarbeid med daglig leder for Lumen Arts Project, Jack Addis. Og det jo en organisasjon I England som vi etter hvert har utarbeidet ganske spennende og solid samarbeid med. Egentlig så det en ganske liten organisasjon, men de representerer et stort nettverk over hele verden av kunstnere som jobber innenfor kunst- og teknologifeltet. De jo mest kjent for en ganske sånn anerkjent pris etter hvert, Lumen Prize, som deles ut hvert år I England. Og vi har jo også de siste årene etablert en egen pris, Lumen Nordic, for kunstnere fra Norden, som up and coming innenfor kunst- og teknologifeltet da. Så det også veldig spennende. Og faktisk så var Genetic Moo en av de første kunstnerne som fikk denne prisen. Og etter at de fikk den da, for snart 10 år siden, så har de jobbet tett sammen med Lumen og presentert denne utstillingen over hele verden.
Vi skulle gjerne hatt med oss Jack Addis fra Lumen Prize her I dag, men det var ikke mulig. Men vi får en liten hilsen fra vår samarbeidspartner. Vær så god, Jack.
Hello everyone. Sorry I could not join you today for the opening of Microworld Kristiansand. As Trude mentioned, we have developed a strong collaboration with Sørlandets Kunstmuseum. It is wonderful to work with such a forward-thinking organization and bring digital artists from around the world to the museum. For the team at Lumen, it has been such an exciting process to work on this project with SKMU and create this digital wonderland. I hope that Microworld Kristiansand is able to bring you all together through collaboration and allows you to enjoy an exhibition in new ways by becoming artists yourself, creating creatures, and being able to change the digital world you see around you. Finally, I would like to thank Torill, Kenneth, and Simon for all their incredible work to make this exhibition happen. Have a great night, everyone.
Thank you, Jack. Vi skal også snart få høre litt fra kunstnerduoen Genetic Moo. Men først, Torill, kan du fortelle litt om hvem disse to
Ja, kunstnerduoen Genetic Moo, som består av Nicola Schauermann og Tim Pickup, de har jobbet sammen siden 2008 cirka. De har base I Margate I England. Bakgrunnen deres, egentlig Nicola kommer fra en sånn filmbakgrunn, jobbet mye med 16 mm, men eksperimentert mye med det da. Og Tim, han jo en programmerer, har jobbet med koding, creative coding, siden, hele tiden egentlig. Og så, de beskriver jo seg selv som digitale kunstnere, men de jobber jo veldig mye med interaktive installasjoner, sånn som vi opplever her I dag. Og på en måte, kombinere alt det de har da. De kombinerer film, animasjon og kreativ koding da, til I ulike installasjoner.
Så spennende. Så la oss få høre litt fra Tim og Nicola. Vær så god.
Velkommen til Microworld Kristiansand.
Jeg Nicola.
Jeg Tim.
Vi
Genetic Moo.
So, yeah, we're Genetic Moo. We are digital artists and we've been collaborating since 2008. We work with code, with photography and video, and we create artworks which we call creatures. We are inspired by biology.
We live by the sea. We live in Margate, which is behind us.
Welcome to Margate. This is where we live.
England.
Fantastic. Great to see you. So could you tell us a little bit about the project Microworld, what you describe as a digital ecosystem? You have developed this over several years, as Torill said, and it's been exhibited in many parts of the world and seen by more than 300,000 people. How did it all begin?
How did Microworld begin?
We first started working together in 2008, so we've been doing this more than 10 years now, and we made an interactive starfish And we showed one piece at a time in different exhibitions for a few years. And then we decided we want to bring more of these pieces together into one space so that they interact with the audience, but they also interact with each other across the room. So the starfish might interact with the urchin, it's on the other side of the room, might interact with the termites over there. We brought all these pieces together and we started to think about it as a digital ecosystem. And then we started researching what happens in real world ecosystems.
That's right. We were looking at the key players in ecosystems, such as keystone species and ecosystem engineers. We learned about foundation species and different levels.
You've got you've got the ones at the top, the primary producers. So they're the ones that in nature, they are generally speaking mostly plants. So they get sunlight and turn that into plant sugar, which everyone else can eat. So that's the start, the primary producers. In our Microworld, for example, the humans, you could say, are one of the primary producers because they bring energy, color, and movement and noise into the space, and then we use that through sensors to trigger lots of other things.
That's right.
So so that's the way that we built up Microworld over the years.
And this is our 15th, and we're really excited. This is our first time showing in Norway. We're really excited to bring Microworld Kristiansand to the Sørlandets Kunstmuseum. So thank you very much, and we hope you enjoy it.
Thank you. I'm sure we will. The exhibition, this exhibition you produced, it changes from every place you show it. It's different from time to time. And here at the museum, it consists of 7 different installations. But you don't call it installations, you call it creatures. How come?
We call our artworks creatures because we think of them as living. We've given them sensors to give them senses so they can listen and they can see the world around them. They can see the audience. And what's really important in the Microworld is they can see and hear each other. So this creates an exciting, interactive and interacting space.
Okay. And you mentioned that you've added some organisms only for this exhibition, inspired by this region. Could you tell us a little bit more about that?
So whenever we do a Microworld, we try to incorporate some indigenous species or aspects of wherever we're doing that particular show. So in this case, Nicola has made a few adjustments to some of the pieces, and she's going to tell you about.
In Microworld Kristiansand, we have swimming with animalcules, and this artwork is inspired by microorganisms. So I did a little research, and I came across a couple of lovely little creatures, a hydroid and a copepod. So we've introduced that into the mix. And we also have a moth flying around in multiple. This is the scalloped oak moth. And we've introduced some Norwegian knitting patterns into the mix as well. And we're also going to be showing sea people for the first time.
Sea People was a piece which we developed in lockdown when we created live broadcasts from our living room here over the summer. And bit by bit, we built up this multi-layered piece which could be controlled using mobile phones or tablets. So in this, when you go into the exhibition, get your phone out, there's a QR code on the piece, scan it in, you'll get to a controller. And by changing the sliders, you can change everything on that screen. All the people, all the creatures, all the pixels, patterns. All the sound effects, the patterns. It's completely free to you to change it however you want. And multiple people can interact at once. So this was kind of, we live next to the sea and we couldn't, there was nothing to go out to in Margate apart from the sea. So we just developed this piece called Sea People, which is about sort of responding to the world as it was over that summer, last summer.
And we've got sound running in that piece, which is responsive as well.
The sound is also generative, we call it, which means that you can change the levels of the sound and the ways that they interact. And in some cases, you can change the pitch of the sounds. So you could play it as a musical instrument almost if you wanted to.
That's right. And the sound in Sea People and also in Microworld Kristiansand has been designed by electroacoustic artist Julia Schaumann.
You encourage your audience to explore and learn for themselves through play. Is this an exhibition only for children? And why is play and interaction so important to you?
We call ourselves interactive artists. So of course, interaction is important to us. And one of the ways that almost all animals and humans interact with the world is through play. By playing with things, you can explore the boundaries of how things work, and then you can maybe apply that to the real world. So play is something that kids are brilliant at, and then adults seem to forget as they get older. Kids respond to microworlds with huge excitement and enthusiasm, just run around doing whatever they want. They don't have to be told anything at all. They'll just explore the space naturally, have fun, and use their body to learn about how things work in the space. Adults maybe have to be told a little bit more, maybe need to read some text before they're brave enough to actually interact with anything. So it's not just for kids. These exhibitions is for people of all ages. There's just that kids tend to get stuck straight into them.
They do. And it's very exciting for us to work with institutions such as Sørlandets Kunstmuseum to reach out to families. It encourages the older generations to come in and explore as well. And we are really interested in encouraging discovery, experimentation, collaborative interaction. So all of our artworks allow multi-user engagement, which means there's no queuing. You can just jump in and experiment. You don't have to wear anything special. People are communicating with each other. What's happening? What do we do? So there's lots of opportunities to explore, and it could be that the way people engage with it may even surprise us as well. We want it to be as open as possible, not restricting and rule-based. So thank you very, very much, Sørlandets Kunstmuseum, for inviting us to have our first Microworld in Norway. And a big thank you to Torill, Kenneth and Simon for setting the show up so brilliantly. We couldn't be there to do it ourselves, so it was wonderful to know that we could trust you to take care of our creatures. And a big thank you also to our producers Lumen Arts Project for creating such a wonderful opportunity. Enjoy the Microworld.
Bye.
Bye.
We hope that you have a chance to visit Norway before the end of this exhibition. We'll be sure to inform you about the audience responses opening for them tomorrow. And then we'll see you here at the museum again on June 9th, because you will be holding an artist talk digitally from Margate. So thank you so much, Nicola and Tim, for being with us, and congratulations on Microworld Kristiansand.
Ja, og som vi har fått høre da, så Microworld Kristiansand et digitalt økosystem som oppmuntrer til lek og til samspill. Utstillingen har jo blitt vist i over 12 forskjellige land, for mer enn 300 000 publikummere, i Storbritannia, Singapore, Kina, Saudi-Arabia, Hongkong og nå i Kristiansand. Vi har jo hørt at publikumsinvolvering veldig sentralt i arbeidet til Genetic Moo. De sier jo at vi skaper sånn at publikum kan skape. Og det gleder vi oss til å oppleve. Og selv om denne utstillingen liksom spesielt rettet mot barnefamilier da, så håper vi også at voksne på en måte vil slå seg litt løs her inne. Og Rolf Jacobsen, dikteren, han har jo et dikt som heter «Alle barn når de sover». Og vi tenker da at kanskje kan alle være barn når de våkner også, her i Microworld Kristiansand. Så ja, da vil vi bare
åpne utstillingen. Vi vil minne om at vi har faktisk et litt spesielt tilbud for alle som kommer og besøker oss på lørdag. Da blir det is og ballonger til alle som kommer. Vi kan jo ikke ha en vanlig utstillingsåpning på grunn av covid-situasjonen, men her skal det være trygt og godt og fest på lørdag. Så hjertelig velkommen fra klokken 11.